Good morning, Year 4, and welcome to your literacy lesson today. So, you have all worked really hard and you've written some fantastic stories about our class story, Float. And your teachers have all been really impressed with your writing. This week, you are going to be writing your showcase piece of writing. It is Showcase Week. And in lesson 1, we are creating our plan. Now, I have included this picture of a story mountain, and we looked at this story mountain at the beginning of our unit. A story mountain shows the structure of a story. So very often in stories, we have an introduction where our main character is introduced. At the big event in our story, our main character faces a problem. There are some smaller events that build up to the big problem that the character faces. Then the character solves their problem, or there is a solution to the problem, and then the story finishes with a conclusion. Now, I know that Float had 9 plot points, not 6. However, it did fit the same structure as the story mountain. So what I would like you to do now is to pause this video for 1 minute and have a little think about which events in the story Float you think would have fitted into each of these boxes. Pause the video and have a think now. Okay, welcome back. I hope you've had a little think about which events you think go into each box. I'm going to break down the story how I think it fitted into this story mountain. So in the introduction, we see the boy with the boat. The boy constructed, he built the paper boat, and he went outside and looked up at the sky. Now, when we wrote about that, we used lots of beautiful language. I'm not doing that now. I'm just showing what happened in the story. Next box, the next box to talk about always is the big problem. So the boy's big problem, his boat fell down the drain. Okay, now we can go back. Once we've had the introduction, we know who we're talking about and we know what the big problem is. Now we can go back and look at the events that built up to that. So, the events that built up to that were, first of all, there was a big storm. Okay, and we know lots happened in that big storm and how the boy felt during that big storm. Then, the storm calmed down and the boy released his paper boat. Okay, so the boy with his boat went outside and looked up at the sky. There was a big storm. Then the storm calmed down and the boy released his paper boat, but the boat fell down the drain. The solution to his problem, how his problem was resolved, he saw the boat in the river. It came out into the river, but it was destroyed. Okay, so it was a solution to his problem. It wasn't a happy solution, but it was a solution. But then our conclusion was happy because he went home and he saw Dad, and Dad was really kind to him and dried his hair and made him some hot chocolate. So that was the outline of our story as it fits into our story mountain. Now, your learning job today is to plan your own showcase, and it is going to follow the same pattern as our story mountain with these 6 boxes. Your plot point 1 is going to be based on the end of the Float video. So I'm going to show you that now, but I'm also going to upload the link so that you can watch that again if you would like to. I'm going to show you the video from plot point 9. Okay, so you can see there that the boy, even though he hadn't had a fantastic time the first time, he started to build something out of paper again. We can see here that he's built a paper aeroplane, and then he goes out to play with his paper aeroplane. So that is going to be the beginning now of your story. So you need to create your own story about a boy who goes out to play with a paper aeroplane. Use the ideas we just spoke about for plot point 1. So this is going to be your plot point 1, or certainly these two pictures. Then you need to plan out the rest of your story. Box 1, box 2 is a small event to build up, then a big problem that your character faces in box 4, then how your character solves that problem, then how your story ends. Just like we spoke about, your story will work best if you plan your introduction, then your big problem, and then you go back and plan your 2 small build-up events after you know what the big problem is. You are going to draw 6 pictures for the 6 parts of your story. We would also like you to decide where they will go on the positive and negative scale. So for each box, you're going to write a number, +4 or -7. How happy is your character feeling? That will help you to match your language to the feeling of the story when you are writing it. So we won't be saying transfixed with fear if it's only a -2. Okay, you should be spending at least 6 minutes on each box. Please make sure that you fill in as much detail as you can in your picture. Good luck, Year 4.